So over here at San Diego, went to Coronado Beach. Coronado Beach was beautiful. The people were cool. The beach was beautiful because it had a outside shower where it was a cold shower, but it still worked. I mean, it did its job. Or it was inside a bathroom, but it was like an outside thing because it didn't really have stalls and stuff like that. So went there, Coronado Beach. It was nice. People out there were awesome. So spent 3 days out there. I think it was fun. Visited. Then I came out here to where is it? San Diego, over here in Lemon Grove at Rubio's Coastal Grill. Across from that is a side street. I'm parked on the side street right now. Anyways, Rubio's is down there. I'm over here on the side street. So, anyways, the first night we were in this Lemon Grove place. Was cool. Second night was cool. Third night we parked in this one spot over by Sam's Club and 24-hour fitness and Walmart and stuff. Well, they kicked us out. They came and fucking second day they called the cops. So the cop came out. He said we should be good as long as you only park here at nighttime. He's like, they're only tripping when the businesses are open, that you come over here and park because it makes businesses look bad. So I said, oh yeah, no problem, I understand that. And I said, that's no problem. And I said, I'll move. So I left and I came back because I wanted to be in the same area as my baby sister and her baby, my nephew. So I went to see my nephew and my baby sister, and I come back and I go to sleep, and then 2-3 in the morning, I hear a lady. She is talking to one of the guards, and I guess she's the guard too, from what I found out. And she just got back from vacation, so she gets out of her vehicle and she talks to the security guard that's there, and the security guard that's there, she says to him, what's up with all these cars in the parking lot? And he's like, well, I kind of just leave them alone. If they ain't doing nothing wrong, why mess with them? He's like, if they don't mess with nothing, I don't mess with them. And she's like, oh. And then they start talking about something else, and then she goes, well, did you call PD on all these cars? And he's like, nah. And he's like, well, she's like, well, we need to get him out of here. And she's like, so let's start waking him up and getting him out of here. And she goes, call PD. And then he goes, all right. So fucking, she comes up and she's screaming, hey, you, excuse me. And David jumps up like, what the fuck? Because she was kind of loud and obnoxious. So it scared him. And he jumped up, or caught him off guard. Didn't scare him, but caught him off guard. So he jumped up out of his dead sleep. And he's like, what the fuck? And he looks over and she's like, you gotta go. Police are on their way. You gotta go. He's like, oh shit. And he's like, Playboy, you hear that? Police are on their way. We gotta go. And I'm like, dude, I heard her. I said, alright, whatever. So I jump up. And I'm like, dude, I heard her. So I jump up and fucking take off. And as we're taking off, she's like fucking attitude, staring us down and stuff. And trying to act hard or whatever she was trying to do. I don't know exactly what she was trying to do. So we take off. We go sleep next to this Penske truck place. They were giving us dirty looks. So, slept there a couple nights. Took off from there. Ended up going to the park where I made the, sorry, I'm making coffee. I gotta have coffee in the morning. So, went to this park, the park where I made the video about the stop making your kids easily accessible to pedophiles. Went to this park, and there's an old lady. She's like 90 or 80 or some shit. Well, she was homeless, and she was telling me her stories, and I was like, Jesus, it broke my heart to hear that, because I do have a sensitive spot for older people. or people that really can't defend themselves too much, because there's a lot of fucking weirdos out here and predators. So shit, I was listening to her stories. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And I gave her some advice and a couple places where she could stay and helped her out a little bit. Mostly with knowledge, just talking to her and giving her words of knowledge. And my experience is basically of how and where you can go and what you can do and how to get around certain things and stuff. And she says, thank you so much, and she takes off. She had 2 little dogs. So she takes off. I go see my nephew and my sister. Mostly did a lot of building inside my vehicle. I built a lot of stuff. Inside my vehicle, I finished building a shelf, and then I built the dog bed, because first dog bed that was built, just say the guy wasn't very good at building. So I tore it down, rebuilt it myself with pallet wood, picking up pallet wood on the way. Used some of the old pallet wood, but it was all stapled up, so I was kind of like iffy about that. I didn't want dogs to get a staple in them, so I used some of it, didn't use the rest. Also built a shelf for my stuff, for like a shelf on the inside. I didn't really build it yet, but I'm in the middle of building it. So let's see if I could. No, well, I can't switch it around, but so there's a shelf behind all that stuff. Anyway, so did that. Built. Let's see. That. Okay, so then after all that stuff we went through, we did. My homeboy David is traveling with me. Him and his dog, they get the front, I get the back. It's like a divider between us, so that way we get our own privacy and stuff. Well, I come over here because I got tired of looking for spots, and I just didn't want to drive around wasting gas no more. So my homeboy said he's seen a side street next to the freeway where it looks like there would be good parking. So of course I'm down. I ain't worried about whatever. I'm down. I come out here, park here. Some asshole comes out. The first time he came out, David just left, and I didn't know that he had left the windows and stuff open in the front. So I hear, like, pretty fucking clear, I hear someone go, oh hell no, what the fuck does this fool think he's doing? I'm like, what the hell was that? So I jump up, I run out the vehicle, look in the front. Well, when I look in the front, nobody's there. So I'm like, alright, it must not have been anything, whatever. Fucking go lock everything up in case it was something. And then I come back and I go into the back, right? So as I'm in the back, I hear David come back. He jumps in the front. He's hanging out, looking at his phone. I'm looking at my phone. And I hear someone go, what'd he say? Oh, he hit it with the bat. He hit my fucking van with the bat on the side, and he says, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? And he's like, dude, we're just hanging out. We're about to go to sleep. He's like, we're just chilling. He's like, why, what's up? And he's like, the guy goes, oh, well, I don't fucking want you here. You don't belong on this block, and you ain't gonna fucking stay here. Da, da, da. And a lot of shit comes up missing. Let me find out you're gonna steal some shit, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the hell? So I'm listening the whole time in the back. I'm just like, okay, if this gets out of hand, I'll go up there. If not, David got to. He ain't no punk. He'll deal with it. So I'm listening, and the guy says, well, if you don't fucking move, and then there's going to be a problem. I'm like, okay, now it's about my time. My time to shine. So fucking, I hear it, and he's like, well, if you don't move, there's going to be a problem. I'm like, all right, whatever. So fucking, he says, why are you parked so close to my truck? Da, da, da. And David's just listening, letting him vent, which you should. Don't start a problem. So he's listening to him, letting him vent, and dude's like, you know what? You either fucking move or I'm gonna beat your ass. And as soon as he said that, I said, hold the fuck up. What the fuck did you just say? I said, hold on. And I kicked this back door right here open. And I jumped out on my little platform right here. And I'm standing on the platform. And I'm looking over my van at him. And he comes around the van to the side right here. And he's got some old guy with him. And he says, oh, well, that's his truck right there. Okay. So he says, why the fuck you park next to my truck? And I said, because this is a public parking spot. I said, this is a public fucking street, dog. And I said, well, who the fuck are you talking to like that? And I said, you ain't beating no one's ass, homie. And he's like, what? I said, you ain't beating no one's ass, homie. And I said, ain't nobody scared of you. And I was like, what the fuck? And I said, you don't just come over here barking fucking threats and telling people what the fuck to do. And he's like, you better fucking move. You better fucking move. There's gonna be a problem. I said, there's already a problem, dog. And I said, you come over here fucking threatening people and shit. And I was like, ain't nobody worried about you, homie. And he's like, what? And I said, ain't nobody fucking worried about you. I said, you better watch that shit, fucking throwing threats at people. And by that time, I'm already standing on the platform and I'm waiting for him to do something. My hand inside my van. He's got a bat. So I said, what's the problem? And he's like, I don't want you fucking parked on the street. I said, I don't give a fuck what you want. I said, this is a public fucking street. And he's like, oh yeah? And I said, yeah, what about it? And I said, you ain't gonna come over here and fucking bully nobody. I said, you ain't no fucking bully. You ain't gonna come over here and bully nobody. You ain't fucking punk nobody. I said, I ain't no punk, homie. You better watch that shit. So the old man starts talking. The old man had a lot more respect than this guy. The old man says, well, we've had a lot of break-ins and we were just wondering what you're doing here. And he's like, we don't like it when people park here, and especially that close to a vehicle. He's like, because we have had so many break-ins and stuff. And I'm like, well, I ain't here to break into nobody's shit. And I said, you don't got nothing I want in that raggedy ass truck. And I said, well, we ain't moving. He's like, well, you need to just back up a little bit. I said, dude, you came at me disrespectful, and you want me to talk to you with respect or treat you with respect? It ain't gonna happen. And I said, you talk to me like a man, you respect me like a man, I'll respect you like a man. And I said, actually, let's fucking start this over, because you started it off on a fucked up page, homie. And I said, let's start this shit over now. If you want to talk to me with respect, you'll get respect. If not, and then you ain't. And I said, and I ain't fucking moving, and you ain't gonna make me. And he's like, oh, is that right? Is that right? And then the old guy steps up again and he's like, look, check it out. He's like, so what are you guys doing here? I said, we're just sleeping for the night. And I said, we're going to crash and then we're going to leave tomorrow. He's like, that's it? And I'm like, yeah, that's it. And he's like, oh, okay, well, we were just worried about people breaking in. And he said, we weren't trying to start no problems. We were just trying to, and he's like, this is my neighborhood. And I said, I don't care what fucking neighborhood you, the other guy, he's like, it's my fucking neighborhood. And I'm like, I don't care what fucking neighborhood you think you run. And I'm like, I'm gonna sleep here. And the older guy's like, oh, well, if that's all you're doing, he's like, we don't need no problems. He's like, as long as you guys leave tomorrow, leave in the morning, there shouldn't be a problem. And then the other guy's like, I'm gonna call the cops. And he's like, no, we'll just leave it. He's like, as long as you guys don't cause no problems, you don't break into our vehicle or anything. He's like, and then we don't got a problem. And I'm like, all right, cool. I said, yeah, we definitely ain't breaking in nobody's shit. And I said, and we definitely ain't trying to cause a problem. So they walked away. That was how our night went that night, last night. So now we're about to get ready again to go. I'm done visiting with my sister and my nephew and stuff. We're about to go again. And so the shit that happened last night, that was right here. You got this street right here. Okay. It's called Aragon and Livingston. And it's not this first greenhouse, but it's the second house right there. Dude thinks he's the hardest motherfucker in the world, that he's gonna beat everybody up and punk everybody. Anyways, so we came out here, visited my sister, visited my nephew. He's a good looking kid. He's healthy, very well taken care of. Very proud of my sister. She's a good mama. Next, I am headed to Texas. We are going to Texas next. I have an address that I want to visit out there, and then I'm gonna hang out there for a month or a while. Visit some places, see some sights. I'll do more videos with the sights and stuff in there. And that's about it. You guys have a good day. I'm gonna fucking drink my coffee. Pull the ants out of it first and then drink it. Alright, later everybody. Have a good day.